Hello students. So today we are going to see the remaining part of the exercise 6.1. Now here we have seen up to the sixth one. Now I will start with seventh one. The seventh one in the exercise 6.1 is without adding find the sum. Now we have seen the series of odd numbers. I will write first that 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, then 19, 21, 23, 25, etc. Now this is the series of all odd numbers starting from 1. Now here in the seventh one, the first one is given that without adding find the sum. Without adding we have to find the sum. So seventh first one is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. Without adding we have to find the sum. Now see what we have to do here. How many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We'll write 5. We'll take the square of that 5. You will get 25. So the sum of this is 25. Now let's tally. 9 plus 1 is 10, 7 plus 3 is again 10, 10 plus 10 20, plus 5 25. So this way we can find out without adding the consecutive odd numbers, number of odd numbers, we can find out the sum of that. The second one is here 135 up to 19 it is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19. Now this sum you have to find without adding. Now just count the number, how many numbers are being added here, odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here are 10 odd numbers being added. So I will write it equal to in bracket 10 whole square. 10 square we know it is 100. So the sum of these odd numbers, consecutive 10 odd numbers, is 100, that is 10 square. So in this fashion we can find out the sum of consecutive odd numbers starting from 1. Any number of odd number you can take. Just how many odd numbers you are taking, take the square of that, you will get the total sum of that. Here again you can tally it. 19 plus 1 is 20, 17 plus 3 is again 20, 40, 15 plus 5 is 20, means 60, 13 plus 7 is again 20, it will become 80, and 11 plus 9 is again 20, so 80 plus 20 is 100. So we can tally in this way. Now next one, 8th one. The third one you have to do. I will not do that. It is the homework for you. In that, the odd numbers are added up to first to 1 to 23. That is 12. 12 consecutive odd numbers are being added. So you have got the half the answer of that. When 12 numbers are added, what you will do? You will do 12 square. So Next I will go for 8-1. Express 49 as the sum of 7 odd numbers. Express 49 as the sum of 7 odd numbers. So I will write it as 8, the first one in that, and you have to express 49. So 49 equal to the sum of 7 odd numbers. 7 odd numbers: 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus, what is the last one? 30. You can count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here 7 are there. So according to our first rule, 7 square is 49. So we can express 49 in terms of addition of the consecutive odd numbers, 7 odd numbers starting from 1. Same way, you can express 121 as the sum of 11 odd numbers in the same fashion. Just you have to exceed this up to 11 odd number. What is the 11th odd number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 21. So you have to add this series up to 21. So you will get your solution. Now let's move to the last of this, that is 9th one. How many number lies between square of the following numbers? Here I will take one example, the rest two you will do on your own. The second one I am doing here, 9th one, second. The two given numbers are 25 and 26. So what you have to find here? You have to find that how many numbers lie between the square of 25 and square of 26 without solving. So here is a very shortcut method. You have to just the number of, I will write the answer directly, the number of the total numbers lying between line between 25 square and 26 square equal to 25 plus 26. We have to add these numbers, and from this addition we have to subtract 1. So you will get 25 plus 26 is 51 minus 1 equal to 50. So you will find that 50 numbers are there. Now we will tally that. For tallying, I will rub this, and here I am going to tally this, whether it comes true or not. Now what is the square of 25? It is 625. And what is the square of 25 square equal to 26 square equal to 676. Now just subtract this. Therefore 676 minus 625 equal to 6 minus 5 is 1, 7 minus 2 is 5, 6 minus 6 is 0. That is 51. Now subtract 1 from this. Therefore 51 minus 1 equal to 50. So this is a solution which is absolutely right. So in this way you have to solve the remaining two, that is first and the third. The first one is here is 12 and 13 number, and third one is 99 and 100. What you have to do? The procedure will be the same. You have understood this? So with these same steps you have to solve the first and third one. Now we'll see about finding the squares, how to find the square of any number using identity. Now you know the identity, a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square. So I will write here, finding the square of any number using identity. Using identities. Now which identities we are using? A plus b whole square equal to a square plus twice ab plus b square. And second identity is a minus b whole square equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So these are the two identities which we are going to use here. Now for example, I will take one example. Let us find the square of say 27. 27 square. Now see the number and see the nearest number such that, or we can say 20 and 30, where the ones place is 0. Ones place is 0. So 20 and 30, this number lies between 20 and 30. Which is near to this? 30 is near to this, right? Now we can write this number as equal to 30 minus 3. 30 minus 3 whole square. We can write this way. Now this is called splitting this 27. So 30 minus 3 is nothing but 27. Now we can use the second identity here. So what will be that identity? Using this identity we have 30 square plus 3 square minus 2 multiplied by 30 multiplied by 3. So what we get here? 30 square. Now 0 will remove. 3 square is 9 and 0 is there. So as it is square, so 2 zeros, that is 900. Plus 3 square is 9 minus 2 into 3 is 6. 6 into 30. So 6 zeros are 0, 6 threes are 18. So what we get? 909 minus 180. We get 9 minus 0, 9. 0 minus 8 means 10 minus 8 is 2. And here it remains 8. So 8 minus 1 is 7. So our answer is 729, which is the square of 27. So this way, it is the easiest way to find out the square of any number. Whether it is 2-digit number, 3-digit number, 4-digit number, any number it may be, it is very easy to find out the square by this method. We will see one more example. One more example we can see here. Say the number is say 84 whole square. Now 84 whole square, you can split 84 as 80 plus 4 whole square. That will give 80 square plus 4 square plus 2 into 80 plus 4, using the first identity. First we have used this, now we are using this first identity. Now what we get? 80 square, just write 8 square is 64 and 2 zeros in front of that, plus 4 square is 16 plus 4 2s are 8, 8 8s are 64 and 1 0. So what we get? 6416 plus 640. Add this. 6 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 4 is 5. Then 6 plus 4 is 0 again. Sorry. 6 plus 0 is 6 here. 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 plus 6 is 10. So carry over 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. So 7056 is the square of 84. So in this manner we can find out the square of any number. Next is the next part of our lesson here is Pythagoras triplet or Pythagorean triplet. Now you know that in Pythagoras, how we use the Pythagoras? We know that in Pythagoras, I will rub this and explain first what is the Pythagoras theorem. So suppose this is a right angle triangle. Here is the right angle. I will name it A, B and C. We know by Pythagoras theorem what we have? AC, that is hypotenuse square, is nothing but the sum of the square of the sides making right angle, that is AB square plus BC square. Now this is the Pythagoras theorem or formula we can say. Now the numbers which satisfies these equation is known as Pythagorean triplet. For example, if this side is 2, this side is 3, sorry, 1 minute, let me think. Suppose this side is 3, this side is 4 and this side is 5. Will it be satisfied? See here, AC is 5, so 5 square equal to 4 square plus 3 square, that is 25 equal to 16 plus 9. So 25 equal to 25. Both sides are balanced. It means that these numbers 5, 4 and 3 is a Pythagorean triplet. So here we are going to find the one number will be given to you and you have to find the Pythagorean triplet including that number. For that, one specific formula is there. That formula I will write here. When m is greater than 1, if I will write if m is greater than 1, then we have one formula, 2m square plus m square minus 1 whole square is always equal to m square plus 1 whole square. Now, using these formulae, this is the formulae to find the Pythagorean triplet. Remember this formula. The condition is m should be greater than 1. It should not be, because these are the lengths, and length cannot be negative, and also length cannot be 0. So obviously m should be greater than 1. Now we don't know the value of m here. We have to find the value of m first. Now suppose a number is given to you, say 15. That one side of a triangle is 15. One side of, let one side of triangle, right angle triangle, is 15 units. Now one side is 15 units. So what it can be? Can we get it? Let's change this so that we should not get the answer in points. So let it be 15 say. Now I will consider that let m square minus 1 equal to 15. Therefore m square equal to 15 plus 1. Therefore m square equal to 16. Therefore m equal to 4. Now I have got the value of m. Then I will put this value of m in the remaining two, because these we have considered as 15. So these will be 15. Okay. Now we have to find this and this, so that we will get the Pythagorean triplet including 15. So what we have to do is, here put m equal to 4 in 2m. So what we get? Now 2m equal to 2 into 4 equal to 8. So this is the second number of the Pythagorean triplet, that is 8. And this m square plus 1 equal to 4 square plus 1 equal to 16 plus 1 equal to 7. So these will be nothing but 70. Now we have to tally it, whether we are right or wrong. So for the tally, we will tally it here. What is 8 square? 8 square plus 15 square should be equal to 17 square. Now 8 square is 64, 15 square is 225 equal to 17 square is 289. Now let's see, add this, what we get? 5 plus 4 is 9, 6 plus 2 is 8, and this 2 is alone, so 2 equal to 289. So both sides are balanced here. So we have got the three numbers including 15 as this was given to you. The Pythagoras triplet is 8, 15 and 17 are the Pythagorean triplet. Based on these two what I have explained, now we are going to solve the exercise 6.2. Now what was that formula? I will write that formula first. Here I will write that formula first and then I will start. The formula here is 2m square whole square plus m square minus 1 whole square equal to m square plus 1 whole square. This is the formula what we are going to use in the Pythagorean triplets. And the first one is using the identities. So first 6.21. Now we are going for exercise 6.2. In that first example, find the square of the following numbers. There are 6 numbers given. How many numbers are there? 6 numbers are there. I will read that. First is 32, then 35, then 86, then 93, 71 and 46. So I am going to take 3 numbers, that is 35, 86 and 93. Now I will take first say 35. Now here for 35 one more method is there. If the number is given second in your book, textbook, 35. Now see here the unit place is 5. Here one more method we have, but the condition is that the unit place number should be only 5. Then only we can use this method, otherwise not. So first I will solve it by using the identity. So I will write 35 square equal to 30 plus 5 whole square equal to 30 square plus 5 square plus 2 into 30 into 5 equal 30 square is 900 plus 5 square is 25 plus 5 2s are 10, 10 into 30 is 300. So we get 9 plus 3, 12 and here 25. So 1225 is the total. So this is nothing but the square of 35. Now I will again show, as here at unit place is 5, one more method is there which you can use, and that method is 35 whole square equal to, what is the consecutive of 3? Consecutive number of 3 is 4. So I will write here 3 multiplied by 4. 3 is this number, tens place, multiplied by the consecutive, that is 4. And join 5 square to that. Join means not addition, just remember, just you have to write in front of that. So 3 into 4 is 12, 5 square is 25. See, the answer is the same. So you can use this method also, but here to write the step and to understand this step is very important. So better if you use this method. This is the shortcut methods being utilized in the competitive exams. Now I will go for the second example, or I will say next example after 35. The number is 86. Third one. The number is 86. So 86 whole square equal to. Now as 86, before it is 80, means 86 comes after 80 and before 90. Now 86 is nearer to 90. So I will take 90 minus 4 is 86 whole square. Now 90 square plus 4 square minus 2 into 90 into 4. What we get here? 90 square is 8100 plus 4 square is 16 minus 4 2s are 8 and 8 9s are 72. So what we get here? Equal to comes 8116 minus 720. That gives us 6 minus 0 is 6. 1 minus 2 means 11 minus 2 is 9. 10 minus 7 will be 3. And 8 minus 1 as 8 has gone carry 1 is gone carry over, so not carry over, borrow, so here remains 7. So 7396 is the square of 86. Got it? Now the next one, that is the again in the first one only. We'll see that next number is 93. Third is this, fourth one. Fourth one is 93. So 93 whole square equal to 90 plus 3 whole square equal to 90 square plus 3 square plus 2 into 90 into 3 equal to 90 square is again 8100 plus 9 plus 3 2s are 6, 9 6 are 54, 540. So what we have? Add all these, we get 0 plus 9 plus 0 is 9, 4 plus 0 is 4, 5 plus 1 is 6 and 8 as it is. So 8649 is the square of 93. So this way, by same method, you have to complete the remaining 3 here so that you can complete the exercise, the first part of the exercise. Now the second part we are going to see, that is the Pythagorean triplet. In this, 4 numbers are given in the Pythagorean triplet, 6, 14, 16 and 18. I will take the 14 and 18, 2 numbers. You have to find for 6 and 16. So second in that, the second one is, the number given is 14. So 14 is the number given. Now where 14 gets suited? See here, because 14 is an even number. So we can take 14 as 2m. So let 2m equal to 14. Therefore m equal to 14 upon 2 equal to 7. So m equal to 7. We get this. Now we'll put this m in the second one. Now m square minus 1 equal to 7 square minus 1 equal to 49 minus 1 equal to 48. And second is m square plus 1 equal to 7 square plus 1 equal to 49 plus 1 equal to 50. So therefore we can take this number 14 comma 48 comma 50 are the Pythagorean triplet. This is the Pythagorean triplet. So by the same method you have to solve. Only one thing is here, what is the given number and which we can compare with that given number, that you have to decide. Got it clear? Because see, if you consider this, then it will be m square will be equal to 13, which is not possible. It is possible, but we will not get the answer in the complete number. Even if we compare here, 14 plus 1, 15. 15 also is not a perfect square. So we should get a perfect square there. And that is why these two are not possible here. We have to consider 2m as 14. Got it clear? So this way, now the next example we are going to see. The next example of this is, say, fourth one. That fourth one is 18. In the second, fourth one, 18 is the given number. Now 18, you can see here 18 plus 1 is 19, which is not a perfect square. 18 minus 1 is 17, again it is not a perfect square. So what we have to do is, we have to consider again the same. So here let 2m equal to 18. So m equal to 9. You got this? Now, therefore, m square minus 1 equal to 9 square minus 1 equal to 81 minus 1 equal to 80. This is our second number. This is the first number we have got. Sorry, this is the given number, first one. And next is m square plus 1 equal to 9 square plus 1 equal to 81 plus 1 equal to 82. So therefore 18 comma 80 comma 82 is the required Pythagorean triplet. Is the required Pythagorean triplet. So here today we end our lesson. Next lesson we will see about the square root. Here we complete the half part, that is square. Next lesson we'll go for the square roots. How we can find out the square root of the given number, whether that number may be a perfect square or may not be a perfect square. We will get the answer in decimals, it's okay, but we can find the square root of any number, whether it is a perfect square or it is not a perfect square, any number. So up to that, goodbye and thank you.